Hi kids, today I'm going to tell you a fairy tale. The king of the Golden Mountain, a merchant with two children, a girl and a boy don't know how to walk. You have two ships full of precious goods. All the wealth is there. I can't believe that both ships sank. You are getting rich poor. There's only one piece of land far from town. I want to comfort you, go back and forth. Suddenly I saw a little black man with me. Ask why you are sad. I am willing to let you know if you can help me. Why said, maybe I can't help you with anything. The driver told me, all my wealth is under the sea. Only the land remains. The Kia replied, don't you worrying about how much money you want. As long as you promise to come home. What touches your feet first? Then in 12 years you have to bring it to me. The merchant thought it must be his dog. Because I didn't think about my little boy. I swear to black people that I will keep my word. Then you go home? My son was so happy to see you. Chair to pick me up and grab my leg. I swear it hurts like a cut. But I don't see the money. I'm sure the black guy is kidding me. 1 month later, I went to the attic to get at least 8 plates of tin for sale. I saw 8 plates turn to gold. You're happy. You sell for money. You're much richer than before. The last time my son opened his mind. But I see you're almost 12. The more worried the merchant was. Low show face. One day I asked him why he was worried. I don't want to talk. I beg you forever. I have to admit that I was stupid. I swore I'd give it to a black man when he was 12. Make up for the gold and silver he gave you. The child replied, I don't have to worry. Work will not go there. Black people have no power over you. He asked a priest to bless him. On the day of his appointment, he goes to the land outside the town, to where he drew a circle with Dad in the middle. The man who appeared told me, did you bring what you promised me? The driver was silent, but the son asked, what are you looking for here? The black man replied, I told your father, not you. The child replied, fooled my father. Take away the oath from my father's mind. The black man said, no, I'm not giving up my rights. They've been talking for a long time. Agree with each other as follows. The sun will not belong to you. It doesn't belong to the Kia either. It's going to have to sit in a boat by the river. I'll take my foot and push it out the middle of the line. Let me drift by the water. Baby, goodbye, Daddy. I sat in the boat and I pushed the boat away. Upside down boat. I thought you were dead so I could die. But the boat didn't sink. Floated to a strange stop and stopped. The young man came ashore and saw a castle in the distance. Go in that direction. When I entered, I saw that the castle was enchanted. I walked through the rooms. Every room is empty. In the last room, I saw a water snake. It's a magical girl. You see, I'm glad to tell you to come rescue me. I've been waiting for you for 12 years. The whole country is enchanted. You must free it. You asked me what to do. She said there were 12 people carrying heavy chains tonight. Ask me what you're doing here. Don't say, do whatever they want to do. They'll torture you, beat you, stab you. At midnight they will have to leave. The 22nd night someone else will come. On Tuesday night, 24 people will come to cut your head off. But at midnight, they lose their magic. If you let them torture you without saying a word, then you will be set free. I'll get you a bottle of water to wake you up. I will live and heal as before. The young man replied, I'm willing to free you. It happened exactly as you said. Black people can't trust you with half a word. To the 3rd night, the water snake turned out. The beautiful princess, get some water and wake me up. She hugged his neck and kissed him in the castle for a grand festival. The wedding ceremony was held. He became the king of the Golden Mountain. 2 couples live happily together. Queen gives birth to son. 8 years later, the king remembered his father's earnest desire to see him again. The queen did not want the king to stop her. "I'll suffer if you go. But you also have to be content." When the king was on his way, she gave the king a ring and said, "He put this ring on his finger, where you want to go right away. But you have to promise. Don't take me to your father with the ring." The king promised and put a ring on his finger. "I wish I could go to my dad's town." The king arrived, but the guards saw the king dressed in polite clothes. Strangely, they did not let the king into the city. The king came to a hill, changed clothes for a shepherd, into the city without being dragged. When the king came to his father's name, the father said he did have a son, but he died a long time ago. He pitied the poor shepherd. "Give alms for a meal." The shepherd told his parents, "I'm your son." "What are the marks on your son? Is it possible to get Ra?" The mother said, "Have son. There's a strawberry-like mark under the right shoulder. When I rolled up my sleeves, I saw the sign of a strawberry. You two must be your real son." The young man said he was the king of the Golden Mountain. "I married a princess. The couple has a 7-year-old son." "Very pretty," Dad said. "I don't believe at all. Who stands before me clothed in shabby shepherd's clothing? It can't be king." The boy heard, very angry. "I want my wife to come right to me." They came, but the queen wept. Blame her husband for not keeping his promise. Make her suffer. He asked her to forgive him. He said he acted unintentionally, not to defame her. She made an excuse for him, but determined to take revenge. One day he took her out of town, show her where the river is. Before that he got into the boat and drifted by the water. Two people are tired and sit down. He puts his head in her lap. Soon fall asleep. She removed the ring from his finger. Leave the comedy at his feet. "I wish I could go back to the palace with you." He woke up to find himself abandoned. There's a comedy on the ground and the ring is gone. He's going back to his parents. "I'm afraid my parents will call me a liar." He wanted to return to where he ruled. He went to meet 3 giants. Are fighting over the share of the inheritance that my father left. They saw him call back and asked him to judge. They say that little people are smarter than they are. It consists of a sword, a jacket, and a pair of boots. When the person with the mirror shouts at all, "If you fall to the ground except me, your wish will come true." In the blink of an eye, the person wearing the jacket is invisible. Anyone who wears boots can go anywhere they want. He said, "Give me things to see." Do they still have that quality? They gave him the jacket. When you put it on, it becomes invisible and turn out the fly. Then he showed up as a human and said, "That's a good jacket, now give me the sword." But they refused. He used his sword to make them lose their heads. Then they gave it to him. "As long as you stick your sword in the tree." He agreed to cut down a large oak tree in a moment. He asked for the boots. They refused and said, "If you want to go up the hill, go up the hill." And so they're real. He promised he wouldn't do anything. They gave him the shoes. When you get the BA, he only thinks of his wife. I wish I was in the Golden Mountains. Get out of the eyes of the giants. And so their inheritance was divided. You are near your castle. I heard a funny joke. The sound of the violin and the drums. Let him know that his wife does the wedding to someone else. He said angrily, "You son of a bitch tricked me into leaving while I slept." He put on his cloak and entered the castle. He went into the big room and saw a big table. Very hearty. Guests have fun dining. His wife in the middle sits on a throne with her mouth on. He stood behind her without her seeing him. If there is food on her plate, she will eat it. She gets food and drink always. And still nothing. Everything disappears in the blink of an eye. She was both terrified and embarrassed. Stand up and cry. You still follow her? She asked. The devil is in my corner. Or is it the one who saved me that the day before has come? He slapped her and told her to free him. He's right next to you, traitor. How could you treat me like that? Then he went to the big room and said, "The festival is over, and the king himself is here." The kings and princes and courtiers mocked him. He asked them a short question: "Fly out or not?" They rushed to arrest him. He drew his sword and shouted, "Everyone falls to the ground except my head." Immediately they all fell down and fainted. He returned as Lord and was crowned king of the Golden Mountain. The story is over. I wish the kids a happy life. See you later for another story.